Welcome back everyone, Mariah Monetize here, and in today's video we're going to be going over the price of Bitcoin and other news happening in the cryptocurrency space as well as the economy. So we know that Bitcoin is now above $30,000, which is a big profit amount that Michael Saylor is in when it comes to the price of Bitcoin. So I'm going to be getting into that amount today. We're going to be getting into more traditional stocks as well and seeing where things have closed here at the end of this week. So a record 30% of San Francisco office space is currently vacant. It's going to be really interesting to see if these can potentially be transformed into traditional housing, because that could have a huge impact on available space when it comes to renters in the city. Saylor is now $89 million in profit on his Bitcoin investment. The U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve is at the lowest level since 1983. Breaking, the crypto exchange BitTrue has been hacked and they have lost over $23 million worth in assets. To be honest with you, I actually have never even heard of the exchange BitTrue. Used car inventories are still falling. We're now at only 2 million available units on dealer lots across the nation. That is the lowest on record. MetaMask security breach exposes 7,000 user data records. Very unfortunate. US dollar has lost 98% of its purchasing power since 1971. So just in, 9 trillion asset manager BlackRock CEO says he thinks that interest rates will rise another 75 basis points. So we will probably see a rise here at the next meeting, which is going to be happening in May. And I think we're at a 70% or so probability that we will see a basis points rise. Breaking, Senator Tuberville has disclosed over $500,000 of trading. He sits on the Senate Committee for Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry, and he disclosed 3 separate CME futures trading over $45,000. He literally influences corn futures via legislation. Are we surprised? No. Let's see, just in, Ethereum upgrade officially goes live, enabling over 34.5 billion in staked Ethereum to be withdrawn. The London Stock Exchange has announced that it will be launching trading of Bitcoin futures and options. Used car sales are down 17% since last year, but here's the thing, consumer demand is still quite strong, but affordability and supply are in the dumps. Twitter partners with eToro to let users trade stocks, crypto, as Musk pushes app into finance. So this is quite an interesting move. We'll see how it plays out over time. Another thing I want to mention to you guys is that I put out a really great video yesterday with the flip-flop flipper here in Puerto Rico, Robert, and he basically talked all about the real estate opportunities here on the island, which are unbelievably unique. So I'm gonna put a link down below. I spoke with him for 40 minutes and it's actually quite a great summary, and you can kind of get an idea of what the real estate opportunities are like here on the island. So if you invest and your property is for tourism, you can get 40% back in tax credits. And if you also invest in an opportunity zone, which is 98% of the island, you can also sell that property after holding it for 10 years and pay 0 capital gains. You can also start businesses here in opportunity zones as well, sell those and not pay any capital gains taxes. And what's really cool is that these are available for local Puerto Ricans as well. So a lot of people get it super confused that most tax incentives are only for people, bona fide residents, people that come from other countries or the states to the island, but that is actually not true. There are tons of opportunities when it comes to tax incentives for locals as well. So San Francisco is dealing with a major office vacancy issue. The city, like I said earlier, 29.5% vacancy rate, the highest ever recorded. Office vacancies are up by 7 times since the start of 2020. San Francisco is showing a ton of warning signs for commercial real estate. Just in, bankrupt FTX has recovered $7.3 billion in assets and is considering relaunching the exchange in Q2. So to be honest with you, I have not read details on this. If they have successfully recovered $7.3 billion, that's amazing news for the people that have assets on FTX, but I do not know the details and if this is just a headline to get people clicking or what. inflation fell by 100 basis points from 6% to 5% in March. This is the biggest drop in the inflation rate over the course of a month since April of 2020. The inflation rate is now at its lowest since June 2021. So yeah, those numbers came out a couple of days ago. The CPI inflation is at 5%. So that was below the expectations of actually 5.2%. Core CPI shows core inflation at 5.6%, in line with expectations of 5.6%. We have now seen 23 consecutive months with inflation below 5%. This is a cost of free money and 0% interest rates. Let's see, US commercial bank deposits fell 4.9% over the last year, the largest year-over-year decline on record. Breaking 53% of Americans say they don't have an emergency savings per CNBC. All right, so let's go and take a look over at the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently sitting at $30,358. Let's go and take a look here at the weekly chart. So big candle here on this week. 7-day chart still looking healthy in a bullish posture. Let's see here. So on the daily chart, it looks like we have a few more days of upside, probably sometime into next week. And then I would say by the end of the week, next week, I would be anticipating a bit of a pullback, maybe a buying opportunity in the $29,000 range. But overall, daily chart looking very strong. This right here is the 12-hour chart, a little bit of sideways here. Would have anticipated a bit of a pullback here before making a higher high, but Bitcoin's looking a little bit indecisive on the 12-hour chart. 4-hour chart here, healthy pullback. And then let's see if Bitcoin can make a higher high by the end of the weekend and start trading above the high of this candle, which is $31,069. So that has been the high of the day. This is the hourly chart, looking a little bit more on the weaker side. Seeing a pullback here could be a really great buying opportunity if you see more room to the upside on the short term. 30-minute chart here looking a little bit weak. So we have Ethereum by far leading the way at just right at $2,100. We have gold at $2,003. We have Coinbase stock sitting at $69.91, Litecoin $96.59. Let's see here. We have Link at $7.76, XTZ at $1.15. Doge is still actually just right below 9 cents, so holding quite strong after the big run up. Let's take a quick look here at the Doge chart, the daily here. So, shoot, was that already that long ago that happened? Let's see, this is April 3rd. Was that really over 10 days ago that Elon Musk changed the Twitter icon to Doge? Because it feels like it was just a couple of days ago. The rate of time is freaking me out just a little bit. So a daily chart actually doesn't look terrible on Doge. You would anticipate it to go back to the previous levels prior, but that is not the case. Let's take a look here at traditional markets. Let's take a look at SPY. SPY at 412. And let's see, still looking good on the daily chart. Making a higher high this week, so looking strong and healthy, and that's potentially just going to translate over to the Bitcoin markets as well. Let's take a look at marijuana stocks. We have Tilray took a big hit. Actually, most marijuana stocks took a big hit today. Tilray down to 237, down 3.27%. So once again, marijuana stocks not correlating nearly as much with traditional stock markets, looking significantly weaker, which we really haven't seen. Typically, crypto, traditional, all markets have been trending in the same direction, but it looks like marijuana stocks have actually started to do their own thing and have pulled back a bit here. Let's take a look here at Tesla. Tesla at 185. I would say half of electric vehicle related stocks are up on the day and the other half are down, but anywhere between 1 and 3%. So that's all that I have for you today. Bitcoin looking strong. We'll probably anticipate to see it stay between 30 and 31,000 over the weekend. with potentially, I would say, a pullback by the end of next week. So that is my prediction moving forward. And if you would like to schedule a 30-minute call with me, I'm giving away a free Ledger Nano S for anyone that books these calls. I have a link down below for that. That's all that I have for you today. As always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.